turns out... Oh, hey, it does register that as a thing. How about that? Well,
Now I can see how loud I am compared to you. Oh, you have your levels down so well.
well, I don't actually know whether those are good settings. Uh,
Look, green lines never lie.
green lines never lie. No. How's Also, the viewers are really gonna be deafened whenever I fucking activate this game. It's gonna be great. Maybe I should try to proactively do something about that.
On the bright side, if it's as painfully loud as you suggest, I'll be able to catch it over your microphone.
No, you won't.
And I'll be able to jam out to the Japan music.
Yes. So, as I did tell you on a Twitter message, I do have a super cool professional way of transmitting sound through, like, my microphone input. I've done it with Lethal before. It's never made it onto recording. I just don't have it configured right now for this setup, so you get nothing.
I I would only expect that I get the second best to whatever you prepare for lethal.
Well,
That was very JG-ish. I apologize. That just sort of adds
fucking
some,
wow! Like you're so
some
passive
middle child
aggressive.
bitterness all of a sudden. I could say that in the hopes that he's not actually watching the stream, and I don't see him, so
Well, I mean,
there you go.
JG, as far as I can tell, his internet just has problems viewing like these hitbox streams. Period.
He doesn't have the best internet. But, you know, I'm not trying to hold that against him.
No, no, that's awfully generous of you.
No.
Very courteous.
You know, one of these days, I've got to get to Eurasia.
Yeah, yeah.
I just...
See the gigantic, like, transcontinental, like, airport?
Yes, the one that spreads all the way from, you know, the northern tip of Russia all the way down to, like, mid-India, somewhere around Mumbai.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Classic 16-color clip art. Well, I guess that's 256-color clip art of airplanes.
Okay, chat. Here is the your most important contribution. This is one of the severe perks of doing this whole live broadcast thing. How are everyone's volume levels? Myself, Aerobiz, and Bobo.
I don't know whether or not people are going to say anything about my volume or just my similarity to my brother's voice.
I can't imagine why that'd be similar.
I don't know. It must be environmental.
Probably by environmental, yeah.
So. Now, when you said the most important thing that the audience could come up with, I thought we were going to go into another poll to find out what scenario we were doing.
No.
No.
No. That sounds like too much democracy.
Maybe a little bit. Do you ever do the second scenario? I find the later scenarios just don't hold as much interest because there's not as much challenge. Having shittier planes just makes it a slightly more interesting.
I think that the game is harder on scenario 1. On scenario 2, the AI is more tempted to use the plethora of planes available to them to make poor routes.
Yeah.
And yes, Bobo does sound muffled, I agree. That's not anything specifically on my end. He just feels like he's doing a spooky broadcast tonight.
I'm doing a spooky broadcast, am I?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not just that my headset costs less than $10?
You know, that's possible. I'm willing to concede the possibility of that.
Yes, I got my headsets because I knew I was going to want to have as many as like 3 or 4 of them to be able to set up couch multiplayer scenarios, and thought, you know, I could spend like $50 on one really nice headset, or I could spend $40-50 on having enough for everyone, and then apparently sound muffled. At least I'm loud enough now. That was the thing I was getting for, I guess, a month or 2 at a time. Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about being loud enough on my end, because as it turns out, unlike every single other fucking person you play games with, I am a true professional, and I know how these settings work. I've done this shit so often with people.
No, no, no. I don't think you're a professional. I think you're a true hobbyist.
Yeah.
In the best sense of the word. I don't want to think of you rate, comment, subscribe, Patreoning at me. Quit Patreonizing me.
Patronizing. Okay, so the last time I played Aerobiz, I do believe it was Bitbucket Cynic, the vaunted expert of Aerobiz lore, who gave me a great idea for setting up like my next Aerobiz game, because I kept bitching about how like I can't control like what the computer opponents end up as, like to be in prosperous cities, and they suggested, well, just have everyone be a human player from the very beginning, manually pick the cities yourself. Aerobiz has an option to turn control over to the AI.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I remember either I feel like I read it somewhere, most likely in a comment from him. But then I never had the, I guess, wherewithal to go back and actually decide to pick out a perfect scenario. I'm still at the point where I try and set my difficulty level just based on my own starting city as opposed to any others.
Yes. Also, embarrassing disclosure since you're here, before I even get started with, like, picking cities. Whenever I first played this game, gosh, I think I rented this game, the same day that we rented the movie Jumanji on VHS, to show how long ago that's been. And I was looking at the map, and I scrolled over to, like, this city here, Lagos, and I was like, hey, Los Angeles! Like, that's what that is. Not really, like, cognizant of, like, the whole geography thing. I just saw, like, LOS, and I was like, Los Angeles. And I picked it, and I blinked, and I, like, went for, like, the opening setup. I'm like, wait a second. This isn't Los Angeles.
And why is there a city called La Crosse where Los Angeles should be?
I didn't know what La Crosse was.
Oh, I spent middle and high school in a, in a town that has a private community with a golf course that has a PGA Tour stop on it. Of course, people in the area knew what La Crosse was. We had a golf team on our friggin' high school.
Yamazanadu wants to like to see a city with Eastern Bloc plains. Okay. Well, I will not do that, because that is tantamount to suicide. But there's certainly a thing that can be achieved. Okay, so since I'm usually the red player, I think that I'll just be player 4 this time around, and I will select my 3 AI opponents. So, I reckon the best bang for your buck here for AI opponents is going to be Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's going to be New York City, although they're touch and go a bit. And then it's going to be London, I think, and not Paris. There's no other city that starts with enough money. Paris, I've had them before in games, and they've just been...
I don't know, like, I get most of my knowledge is based
from
off
the
of
Aerobiz Supersonic, yes.
In which, like, you can actually sit down and get sort of, like, letter grades of the economy of each of the cities. And in that case, it's, London is demonstrably better than
Hey,
Paris.
I can get letter grades from these cities, too, in this game, damn it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to denigrate your Aerobiz.
That's right, you just denigrated my Aerobiz. Okay. So this isn't too far off from a setup, because Japan Air and Air USA were both in that game whenever I was, like, Mexico. And that was, like, that started a game that I did, like, during the Extra Life broadcast marathon. I recall that. That's on my TV Tropes page, apparently, which is pretty cool. I have a TV Tropes page, Bobo.
I never even knew you were on TV.
Well... A, I was on TV, although it'd be like the local education stations, and B, yeah. Here we go.
That's the thing. So are you leaving me in suspense? Are you hoping to get some variety of input either from me or
literally? I don't fucking actually know where the hell I want to be. I don't know. Like, I might do Los Angeles. Singapore might be fun to try, although...
Oh no, Yamaxandu I think is going to leave the chat and go look up your TV Tropes page right now.
I think so many of these other locations are just too unreasonable for the Scenario 1 start. You know,
how bad is Sydney?
Well,
It's not the worst. It's nowhere near. Like I remember reading a fact for Supersonic one time, and they gave you like each region, like, all right, best city to start in North America, South America, Mideast, etc., etc., etc. Oceania was the one city in which they said, we recommend you do not start in this region in your game. Like, well, all right then.
Okay. Can't really say I've played as a Talair before, but here we are.
Well, as a Talair, you have the option of like dominating and then just all of a sudden deciding to take a nap.
Yeah, it's true. I think because you're here, that I'm not gonna go super professional. We'll just slow my roll down to hard diff. Oh, who the fuck am I kidding? I'm a pro.
Going to be snapping off of rhythm here.
It's good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Okay, so where's my... That's not the right button. Let's try this again. Quit game. Quit this game? Alright, I remember the correct button. Go me.
Fuck. Yes!
Damn it! Go back to the Eastern Bloc where you belong.
British Lenin decide, okay, we're going to trade you our fiats and make them into ladas. We're going to give you this airline executive. He'll help you strive to become the world's #1 airline.
Damn it. Why? Why must you strive?
Strive to not be fucked.
That sounds highly unreasonable. Okay, so that's right.
$740 million in 1955 bucks.
I know. What great riches, isn't that right, Train?
That's right. Strive to become the world's #1 rail line.
God, I've never tried playing this game with you in my head before. This is gonna be terrible.
I'm going to be even more distracting.
I know. We'll say it's warm up for the inevitable time in 2018 when we finally fucking play this game together, Bobo.
Yeah. No, when I saw the poll on there, I thought, damn. When I realized that you were about to stream, I really should have tried to snipe you and suggest that we should have played Aerobiz Supersonic on my channel. I have 2 different scenarios that we both started at various times and then abandoned for months.
Hey, I didn't abandon it. It just you're the one who's playing the game. I can't play it without you.
I mean, I could send you a save file, but that seems a little not worth anybody's time.
You know, if you wanted to play it, I could just fucking fold up shop right now. Good run, everyone.
What are you talking about? You've got 6 slots in New York. You've got slots in a good city.
Okay. Alright, so we start with DC-8s. There's a wide plethora of planes available to you in this game, especially in Scenario 1. My goodness. We have our choice of DC-8s, which is a lovely plane. Has a fuel rank of B, and it has a range of enough. Red Boy wants to know why I don't upload videos on YouTube anymore. I can't even show folks the Eastern Bloc planes. Well, my dad died. And it's been a year full of personal failure and trauma for me. And I don't exactly want to get anyone hopes up on YouTube of the general audience I have of, hey, he's coming back. Woo! So I've been doing these broadcasts to try and warm up to actually returning to this hobby in a consistent fashion, since video games haven't meant much to me anymore. Which is why the broadcasts I've done this month are likely going to remain Hitbox exclusive.
It's interesting, I gotta say, to have, or it must be, to be in the position where you actually hold the hopes and dreams of people in your hands. I really don't feel as though if I, like I make announcements when I'm going to be out of touch for a week or two, but I don't really ever tend to get a like, hey, what happened on any of my stuff. I guess it's an enviable position to be in a way. I could just sort of fly under the radar.
Enviable, yes.
Hey, I have just enough people to get periodic intelligent comments on things, but not so many that I have a lot of firsts.
I don't actually have those either. I train my viewers.
Oh. I still have, I guess, the relatively new phenomenon of the automated nice job on the video comments that just seem to come from Lord knows where, but YouTube seems to put those in a little box all on its own.
Alright, so I wanted to show you the economy and tourism ratings of a city.
Yes.
There you go.
Ah, so you do. You got the grade of E because they decided they weren't going to go A, B, C, D, F.
Yes, Rome, by the way, is an amazing city full of 4 million people with a cruddy economy and marginally better tourism.
I have to admit, in 1955, you're still basically just crawling out of post-war Italy. It's got to be kind of a bad situation there.
Yeah, Honolulu's got sea tourism. It, of course, does have a bit lower population, but I consider this city to be superior in every way to Rome, especially because of the location. When you're in Italy, you can't make good routes to London or Paris or even Moscow due to the close proximity here. Our whopping, incredible triple-digit mileage. Yeah. Oh, except for Moscow.
All right. There is no, unfortunately, the way this map works out and the mystical sort of floating cities that tend to glide this farther away from where you would actually expect them to be. There's no real telling how far any of these objects are actually from each other.
That's right. There is. It's all on our head, quite frankly. It's really just nebulous. Okay, so as of course I haven't done any research on how to do this start. I don't think I've even ever bothered to play Rome before.
Yeah.
But I think I'll make a route, primary route to New York, which I'm then going to spin into connections to the rest of Europe. As for Rome, I guess I'll make a connection here to Beijing, and I'll see what I can get from that. Let's actually see what I can get from this.
Now, this may be a dumb idea, and since I'm saying that, it probably is.
Alright. Looking forward to it. Tell me more.
If you set a hub out of Nairobi, how much of Asia could you get from there? Not all of it, looks like. I'm guessing you would not be able to get to...
Can't go to Hong Kong, can't go to Beijing, definitely can't go to Tokyo. Besides, Nairobi is also not the most popular city. It's got worse ratings than Rome does.
It's 1 million people there. You've got you've got our future president being the glimmer of some dude's eye hanging around out there.
All right, so let me go ahead and pick up these slots here. God, I guess we'll do 6, maybe 9. I don't want to do the full 12. I might negotiate some routes here and build a hub. Well, that's a good turn, everyone.
Yeah.
I guess I'll open a route. I reckon.
There is really no reason to not start. If you have a city and they offer you a flight to New York from it, unless it's next door, there isn't really any reason to just decide, you know what? No. I don't want to fly into the best city in the game. I'm good.
Alright. I apologize, Chad, by the way. I'm not able to pay attention to you so effectively because Bobo's right here with his smooth bass tones.
I'm sorry. I've had a sinus condition lately. My throat hasn't been quite what it would be ordinarily.
Alright.
Somehow I sound sexier when I'm almost having a cold.
You know what? No, you don't know. You don't know what I'm thinking. Fuck
Oh,
Beijing.
you didn't know?
Beijing is dumb.
All right, taking a quick look back at the chat here because I realized I wasn't paying any attention either. It looks like they're talking about Nazis.
Okay.
So forget about it.
I mean, I glossed over. Well, they obviously know my topics of interest. A route to London's going to be highly competed against, so I'm not exactly sure I want to do that. Alright, that'll be fine. And I will build a branch office in New York next turn. Because there's no point in me building a branch office this turn, because it's not like I could fucking open a route from New York next turn.
Do you have any, you don't have any free agents, do you? I was not keeping track of how many.
Nope, I have invested my free agents in Rome, in New York, and in Paris. I'm getting more slots in Rome, so I can widen my route here in, like, New York City. I'm getting only 6 slots in New York City, though. So I'm really
You're
going to
getting as many as you could, I guess.
So
Because,
really,
I mean,
there's no real value to me, like, branching, like, trying to branch out from New York to somewhere else if I want to increase my thing here.
Does the cost of individual routes increase with time?
I don't know the answer to your question.
That is something that happens in Supersonic. I don't know if it happens so quickly that you would be better off getting even just 3 planes to Paris and 3 planes to London, or 3 flights each to those cities just to get them locked down.
Yeah,
but
I legit don't know the answer to your question, Bobo. I'm sorry.
oh, that's quite all right. I would only know from, you know, sort of sitting down and doing the gain through experience route myself. I haven't bothered to do that. So.
Well, I've played this game quite a bit over, like, spread and scattered throughout the years. All right, Zerfall, I'm gonna count on you to keep Chad honest. It's up to you.
Stop steal. Make sure they don't steal everything.
Take responsibility. Okay, this turn's as good as any. I feel like it was absolute trash. Did I make sure I, no, that's the wrong button.
Yeah, it's too early for cheerleaders.
Anyway, it's too early for cheerleaders, yes. With $6 million to my name, fucked ends its turn. No, Zombie Ninja. Today's broadcast is not family friendlier tonight. Okay, apparently this guy's doing, like, double duty here.
I literally... That's what's going on. Like,
all of these people are doing double
duty. For whatever reason, I was not realizing that is what was going on. I thought that you were I'd lost track. I thought you were the last person, and it scrolled through everyone else's turns and had come back to you, and for some reason it was bugged and saying that you were the new CEO on turn 2.
Good news. Welcome, everyone.
If you are in the red for just 1 year, strive to become world's #1. I'm Japanese Bane. See ya.
Bitches. Alright, so Tokyo starts with an amazing connection, possibly here to Sydney, who of course has great connection potential to, you know, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Tokyo. Not Honolulu. Can't reach it.
Mm-hmm.
But they do start with, what, like 2.5 times my starting cash?
And they, as far as we can tell, have a dedicated secretary for you, a dedicated vice president that will devote all of his time solely to your airline rather than splitting it among half of the other major airlines of the world.
Now, I will say I did get an advantage there because the first turns of all those AIs got burned because I didn't do anything for them other than quit the game. So I'm ahead by a turn.
Cheats.
No, Red Boy. I don't. 7 is in chat, I do believe. He's one of the folks I played with. No. I think he still plays tabletops with the other folks. kind of busy, what with everything that transpired to me this year. You might have missed that.
It does seem as though tabletop in particular would be kind of an emotionally rewarding but also very emotionally and mentally draining experience for that sort of a thing.
All right, we ranked number 1 than anyone else because we're the only ones who established a route last turn.
Fucked! Ink. Just like that we have,
One of our competitors has a fucking headquarters in there. Oh, man.
Oh, and you were negotiating with Paris and not London.
Yeah, because the New York to London route is just... I mean, you're just pissing into the wind right there. Am I still in contact with them? I don't talk to them regularly, no. I haven't done a whole lot of talking to people, much. Not really active on messaging things. Keep in contact with Lethal a whole lot, that's about it.
I feel honored to be talked to then at this point.
Okay. Look at New York here. Great economy, great tourism. We don't have Trump jizz all over New York yet.
Well, I mean, not Trump Jr. jizz. He had to get a small loan of $1 million from somebody.
Biting commentary here tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you caught me tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to be a little busy. You're going to be a little busy live tweeting at me.
Well, I don't need to, because you're no longer on vacation. You're on top of the debate.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I want to buy planes. Did you think about that, Grimith? Did you think about buying planes? No, you didn't think about buying planes because you're fucking stupid.
How many planes do you feel like buying?
I'm gonna buy 2 planes. Pull out everything.
I realize that this all theoretically occurs at the same moment, even though this turn goes over an entire financial quarter.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine the panic in the stock market as your airline withdraws all of its money from one of the other charter companies.
We'll buy 3. I feel generous.
And then they just decide later on, oh, nope, you know what, we have total faith in you. We just pulled out all of our money before because we wanted to look at it. Damn it, Apple, I don't want a software update.
I wanted to look at my digits.
I just wanted to use all of my money to fill up a vault and swim in it.
That's all. Is that so bad?
Oh.
Oh, wow. Evened out perfectly. Did you see how much money I have?
0K.
Yeah!
That is a wise investor.
Yeah! Perfect!
You managed to lose all of your money. What a wise investor.
Yeah! I'm the best. I'll need that turn advantage, I'm sure, playing the 2nd tier city compared to all the big dogs.
And, I'm enjoying being able to be directly involved and getting a chance to hang out here virtually a little bit, but I do have to admit, part of me envies the chat getting to listen to the smooth, world-turning jazz of Aerobiz mid-turns.
Well...
Nope. I said part of me. Didn't say a majority.
Alright. That's reasonable. Oh good, I'm still number 1. Sales are increasing, I'm sure. So I'm not going to be taking advantage of the Olympics in London. I mean, just... It's there, but... I mean... what I should have done is actually check the profitability of my route and seen whether I could have raised fares. Yeah, I could have totally raised charges. Damn it.
I guess at this point in time, you are literally the only airline going between those 2 cities.
Yeah.
People wanted to get there, otherwise they'd have to take a boat.
So much for my min-maxing. Damn it, Bobo, why didn't you tell me? I could have min-maxed it. Could have min-maxed the tits off it.
I don't ever remind myself to min-max.
Checkmate.
I just sit there and wait, and occasionally I don't even notice when a route line has turned red. Usually I do, but
Okay, I made no problem.
sometimes I'll go a quarter or two and not realize, oh, there's literally no one on these flights, but I'm still flying them. Oh well.
Yes, well, in this game, I think there's fewer flights than you have to, like, manage in Aerobiz Supersonic, and I can do it all from one overarching interface, whereas you have to cycle between regions.
Oh yeah. That is actually there's two major advantages to the Super Nintendo version of Supersonic versus the Genesis version. One, I think we all know, which is the other being that you can actually move through regions using the L and R buttons, which of course the Genesis doesn't have, so you have to go to a pause menu to move around to a different region and then select it that way, which is just a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got some planes taken off here. That's good. Got some exciting things happening. You're opening up? You have done this. You've gotten you've gotten the exact right number of planes. You've gotten the exact right number of routes. You've timed this to perfection.
No, I didn't.
Well, okay. So you have an extra plane sitting around.
Yeah. I had an extra plane sitting around. I think I just said, oh, what the hell, I'll buy 3. Like, it was a cute girl, I decided to fucking, like, splurge on an extra plane to fucking, like, impress her with my wallet. Oh, yeah, come here, baby. Let me show you my 62 billion. Wow.
Honestly, if she's impressed by your possessing a DC-8, she's the right kind of gal.
I nearly bit on my tongue. Alright. Great.
If she's the kind that's impressed by a 707, you should just keep walking. She doesn't know good value when she sees it.
I see. Now, one problem I have here is...
Yes.
I mean, great, I'm in Paris. Where the fuck do I go from Paris?
Oh, you don't go anywhere. Well, I mean, you go to New York and then back to Italy.
Like,
that's gonna be a real convenient trip for your passengers.
Like, Paris literally gets me nothing. I want to accuse these assholes of giving me the shorter end of the stick, because they're also advising those bastards in London that everyone on my team also works for London. It's terrible.
Zerf talking about the Canadian government potentially bailing out Bombardier. Bombardier making cool ATVs as well as sort of smaller jetliners, like the kind that you would find for like little puddle jumpy routes.
Also, I don't know who allowed that double chin to breed, but if we were playing Crusader Kings 2, would have snipped him right out of the family tree.
Oh dear.
Can I get that done in 6 months if I choose 6 slots? You fucking cunt. Can I get this done in 6 months if I choose 3 slots?
You can.
Yeah, it's good to know, but I'm not gonna do it.
Wait, no, min-max it. What about 4 slots?
I'm not gonna fly a route that has fucking 4 slots.
You're all about the min-maxing.
What the hell am I gonna do with like the dangle-on, like the dangler there, like the 4 slot? What am I gonna do with that?
You get an extra plane that's going back and forth, and the moment that you renegotiate for an extra 3 or 4 slots, however many take 6 months, you got a plane right there to go right in.
Alright. So, I got 2 of my awesome sweater vests there working together in New York, because more slots rain down from the heavens. Where do I want to go from New York other than everywhere? Probably
you can get to
Honolulu.
Honolulu, right?
Yep, I can.
There we go.
Of course, any flights that I make from New York is going to be directly competing with, those jerkwads who start in New York.
Yeah.
Honolulu, I can get to Tokyo. I like that route. So,
From Honolulu, can you get to Beijing? Can you make a belt all the way across the world? Not that there's that much of a reason to.
I'm not going to even acknowledge what you said.
It makes sense in supersonic because that's the way that you make money, is with those big routes in between regions that invariably form like a whole loop the whole way across. But here, not so much.
Do I want to establish this route, or maybe I want to get more slots in Rome to widen the route I got? Let's build new routes. More overhead.
I would... I want to suggest things, but at the same time, I don't know how much I want to meddle.
You're already meddling. As soon as you begged to ride on my coattails, Bobo, you became chief meddler.
Oh, I recall all of that meddling.
You Scooby-Doo style. That's how much you're meddling right now.
Oh, I would think that I would think that as much of your manpower resources as possible that you could put into getting slots in New York. I guess you've got one person there already.
I have 2 people in New York.
Oh, you do. You already have a team going on.
Mm-hmm.
Tag team back again. Maybe build a hotel there. You don't have to worry about pipping the.
God, I don't want to get into the fucking hotel thing again. Or I fucking just throw hotels out the window. Just. Oh shit. We'll do 6 slots. Uh-oh. Sounds like Bobo is no longer with us.
Oh?
Oh no, you're there. You were just there in, like, meditative contemplation.
I apologize whether I asked a question to which I did not respond.
What question did you ask?
I did not ask a question. I thought one might have been asked of me.
No question was asked of you.
No, so...
We're good?
So my lack of response was, appropriate, yet, I guess, unexpected.
Sure. Oh man, Air USA buying into this. I'm gonna ride on their coattails.
much like your Skype pals, I guess.
Yes. I am so fucked at this game. That's right, Lethal. Oh, Bread Boy asked, why does it look like you can select the vice president to go get slots? You can't. This interface is a little bit different. You send him to return slots, and I returned 2 of Rome's slots, because I wasn't going to do anything with 2 slots. I was just smoking the fee there. Okay, I'm still making bank. This is great. I'm totally going to win this game.
Air USA, I am disappointed in you.
I wonder how competent the AI ends up being if, like, the human player just quits and, like, it reverts to control of, like, the AI player. Huh. Or I wonder if someone has to shit the bed, and, if it can't be, like, a Paris or a Rome, they just end up picking a normally strong AI player? One of you has to suck.
You think they just have, like, AI IQs level 1, 2, and 3, and just, like, they decide to have a dumb one, they decide to have a bright one, they decide to have a middle-of-the-road one?
I legit have no clue, but, it's fun to speculate.
Oh, sure. Why not? I wonder whether or not they got really frightened when they saw you flying into their home city right away.
Yeah, maybe. Like, son of a bitch, the Romans are here!
They shat the bed out of fear, but they still shat the bed.
Yes, that's exactly what transpired.
So again, I guess not family friendly, guys.
Well, the name of my
everybody
airline is
poops,
fucked.
but-
Made a nice amount of profit. Ah, delicious.
Or delicious.
That misspelling of excellent gets me. Ah. Fucking
We
gets
had
me.
an excellent.
Of course, Air Brit is gonna pick up, no doubt, whenever the Olympics finally hits for them, and I won't be confused about when the Olympics actually trigger this time. I'm amazed.
Oh, you'll see the giant. I mean, if you see the giant torch, you know what's going on. Where is Air Brit flying out of? I guess you don't see. You don't see on your map where.
Yeah, I would have to. I would have to show you. Also, I made enough profit to buy a DC-8. Good. I don't have to take money in. Don't take out, and I'll keep the $7 million out in petty cash.
Hey, ladies! Look who's got another DC-8.
All right. So Japan Air has decided to form the Philippine Triangle, the Indonesia Triangle. That's what I'll call that. With maybe it's like an ornithopter. It's kind of like fucking like extends it just like it's like a vertical takeoff craft. Air USA has, you know, you gotta establish that premier flight between New York and Moscow.
Wait, is that what they've got going on, or do they have some kind of weird little zigzag thing?
They have a flight to Los Angeles, a flight to Vancouver, and a flight to Moscow.
Huh.
And they're negotiating in Honolulu and Rio.
I think it must just be an optical illusion. It looked like the line between New York and Moscow wasn't straight, like it was getting bumped by the squares, but it was probably just a trick of my eyes.
No, Bread Boy, this is the only title. This was Kick This Up for Democracy, and this broadcast won't go on for too long, because I'm probably going to go to bed before midnight. As for Air Brit, they've got a flight to New York, because of course, a flight to Vancouver, and a flight to Delhi. Alright. We don't have much to do this turn, though. Not a whole lot of excitement. I bought my plane. I guess I will throw the $7 million in the charter company. Gotta
It just
squeeze
seems
every little
wasteful
penny.
to not have it earning somewhere.
That's right. Poor Bobo, when he plays Aerobiz Supersonic, can't invest in us. Oh man, look at the riches I'm about to earn here. In Air USA, if they ever pull their money out. That's the real reason they're not making a profit. They're too busy making bank here in this fucking charter company.
Yeah, in real terms, they're probably making mad profit. It's just all in the stock
Oh,
market.
no, wait. I'm not done. Time out.
Oh, I mean, never mind. Stop the calm music.
Okay, so that's about what I expected the flight was going to look like to Beijing. Let's go ahead and cut the fares by 10%. As for New York to Paris, that looks pretty good. Well, we go ahead and increase the fares by 10%. And Rome to New York is still full, so we'll up the fares again by another 10%. We'll see what happens. Nope, Lethal, didn't happen. I hopped in my time machine that I built, and took me back to that one specific moment in time.
That's right, and the president of MetLink asked if we could stop this war.
Because it's bad for business. Except
Right.
for, you know, the war factories and shit. Okay, so based solely on that annual report, I am the winner, because I had a turn advantage over all of the newly christened AIs. Everyone is now making money, because of course. I am making the most money. I don't have an educated opinion on the game, Red Boy. Thankfully, there's plenty of other people who can provide you an educated opinion, who are active on YouTube right now. Sales are decreasing. No, they aren't. They aren't decreasing. It's just our relative position compared to the other airlines. That's what's decreasing. You shut your whore mouth. Really? Like...
You shush your whore mouth. It's not that the world is getting worse. It's just that we're getting worse.
Yeah, damn it.
Get it right.
Okay, so... Why do I need to put more planes on this if I can just, like, up-hike the fares? That is a very relevant and salient question, Grimith. Why would you put more planes on the route when you can just, like, increase the prices?
See, this is why I don't ask questions. You have all of them, and you have the answers, too.
You know, that just makes me very smart. We'll put the extra planes on it. Maybe folks just couldn't fit in with those 6 flights a week. We'll give them 12 flights a week, and we'll see what happens. I expect to make no money off this.
You'll make passenger numbers. That might frighten the other airlines.
Yes, it'll spook them. If I can
This game is
skitter
based
away.
off of intimidation, right?
Meanwhile, here I am with, like, no flight here to glorious Honolulu.
You have to kick one airline's flight, or one airline's ass in the first day, otherwise no one will respect you.
That's right. It's all about respect.
Make these other airlines your bitches before 20 years passes.
The end. What route from Rome might be worthwhile enough for me to create a route? I guess Delhi. Although, why not create that route from Paris?
What about like a Singapore or a
Singapore's too far.
Thailand? Oh,
So's Hong Kong.
or damn it.
Yep. Yeah. I guess I should just build like a branch office in Paris then and connect Delhi, because let me go ahead and check to see city strength here. 7 million with D's versus 4 million with an E and a D. Now, of course, I have to front the cost of setting up another branch office, and I don't have the 6 slots just sitting around in Paris, so that's a reasonable point, Grimith. Good point. I love your arguments.
Turns out that Rome is pretty much not useful in any particular way, huh?
Of course, two other airlines are also flying to Delhi, the hot and in-demand slots in New Delhi.
Well, they must have moved all of the world's monuments there.
New Delhi? It's not new. It's old Delhi. What the fuck? I played too much Civilization. Nothing new about this Delhi. You can't get the freshest meats there. I don't actually know if that's true, everyone. I'm sorry. Wait, what is this setup? So, let me get this straight, Grimith. You're gonna make a... Well, I'm just getting the slots in Honolulu so they're not all gobbled up by Tokyo and New York. There we go. That's my justification.
Oh, you're not flying out of NYC to get there?
I will, but I want to establish the New York City to London route first after the Olympics, because that'll be like a downturn, and that'll be like it'll be good value then. After the Olympics, they won't see it coming.
Yeah.
That'll be what I establish.
You've got to get everybody that's leaving.
That's... Yes.
How do you expect people to get home unless you put up an airline route after the Olympics are over?
You're so smart.
This is why they call me Bobo.
Oh, okay. It's good information.
They don't call me Bobo for nothing.
I thought it was a whole Sailor Moon thing.
Yes, it's because I'm a Catholic priest that had a pure heart crystal inside my soul or whatever.
Okay, yeah. That's your fetish.
not a fetish. It's just the way I am.
I was built this way. Oh shit.
I keep keeping quiet just in case there's the there's the little newswire beeps that are gonna tell us that some exciting thing is happening.
No, nothing exciting. No.
No Olympics or war yet.
We did make a rather tidy sum of cash there. That was very good. Despite not, like, having our planes full, we still made shit tons of cash. It was glorious.
Glorious.
I won't give in. I won't give in.
True. Why would you?
Because it's easy.
Oh,
Easy to just lay down and die.
Somehow I don't think that would be as sort of inspiring or crowd pleasing a theme song.
Glorious.
It's easy to curl up and
till
die.
I lay down. All right, I need you to write this number down for me, Bobo.
Oh damn it!
Yeah.
Hey, Notepad.
That's right, 89,930,000. I hope that number doesn't get skewed by the fucking Olympics.
89M930K.
Yep, 89930. Gotta put you to work. Come here, boy. Time for you to get to work.
Cleek sees Boob as a StarCraft vulture.
Boob the star. I'm a big fan of Bobo.
Oh, I thought it was BoPro for some reason.
I mean, I think it's interchangeable. Either BoPro or BoPro.
Or you'll just eventually evolve to Bro.
Bro.
Because I'm such a bro.
Bro, the broacher.
Bro to bro.
That's how I talk.
Bro the war garble.
I sound like a dial-up modem.
I am sure that if it hasn't happened already, at some point down the line, some pretentious artist or another is going to change their name to the sound a dial-up modem makes.
Pretentious artist? I don't know. It sounds like they're speaking my tongue.
They're going to create a symbol that is their name and then ask that it be pronounced.
Lethal says Bobola. Pudding Pet says BroPro.
Yeah, Bobola. I've heard that one.
Bobesia.
I mean, from Lethal. Bobesia? That's just the name of that illness.
Gotta get down with the sickness.
Bean has, I guess, the mobile version of that game, which actually costs money, but it does appear to have a few more interesting features to it.
Features?
Yeah, like you can have different traits that you start out with, and I know there's additional challenges of like random mutations that you either have to manage or suppress.
Suppress, you autocratic disease manager.
I mean, the whole game's concept is that you are apparently the sentient will of a disease that is attempting to spread across the world.
Oh, that's my fetish.
Look, whatever you spread yourself over at night is your own business. Behind closed doors and curtains.
Oh, nothing's closed about this. Everyone is fucked. How are our friends? Oh, Air USA has a promotion. Good work. Let me take a look at various numbers, number porn, basically. Yes.
I also like that in the little menus up there, they were so close to being able to spell out plane. Like all the rest of them, okay, yeah, you're knocking some extra letters out. You're gonna have to abbreviate it, but porn.
We're spending so much money on advertising, fuck. $29 million a quarter on fuck. Damn. That's a huge
When
chunk of
you
our
need
expenses.
to travel, get fucked. There. I expect $29 million for that jingle.
Amazing. Knows everyone else's situation, yeah? The AI has pretty much invested their funds inside. Oh, yes! Now I'm showing off the really fancy shit. Look at this.
Holy jeez. Next, you're going to be able to summon up PowerPoints.
Look at this number porn right here. These stats. Look at how my ratings are the lowest.
Yes, despite you trying to raise them the maximum amount every turn, you still can't keep up with the, I guess, starting points that everybody else had.
Yeah, Japan Air, of course, dominating. Air USA with, oh, I don't know, casually just shit tons of money in, like, wound up in, like, stocks.
Now, bear in mind, if you were playing as Japana there, and you had 95, 90, and 94 stats, you would still get random labor action events where all of your staff is protesting because you aren't treating them well enough.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, Jesus. Let me look at Air Brit's assets. All right. That's empowering. Japan Air's assets, of course. We just looked at those. Air USA's assets. I'm familiar. Ugh. Grotesque how much money they just have laying around. Poor Rome.
Oh, the promotion worked.
I mean, was the war that ended, 19 years ago really that bad, Bobo?
I mean, not for us.
Olympics!
Yay!
Of course, I don't have my route there that I could have set up, but I wanted to be cool and, like Bobo explained, help people get home from London.
Mario and Sonic have to get back somehow. You're dangerously close to not being the most profitable airline.
Air Brit didn't make that much more money despite having the fucking Olympics in their headquarters.
Maybe they maybe their flights were already full and they didn't bother trying to increase capacity. It would be dumb, but it would be like a way that could feasibly happen. I'm not sure otherwise how it could. Shaman 3 seems to think that Air USA has an unfair advantage. It kind of does. That's
all city locations are not created equal in this game. That would be silly.
It's not a game like a Ticket to Ride or something else like that, where like more or less the entire every location on the board is balanced, and that you should have pretty well an equal chance of winning no matter where it is that you start.
All right, Bobo. The number I gave you was what?
The number you gave me was 89,930,000.
Okay. So I did see an uptick there, even though the planes aren't full. I'm not sure whether that was Olympics traffic that was routing to New York to get to London. Not on my flights, but on other flights. So I'll keep the numbers as they are for another quarter, and we'll see where we go from there. My numbers in Beijing definitely did go down. Of course, there's that fucking convenient, slanted up arrow or slanted down arrow to tell you whether the numbers changed, but I had to put you to work somehow.
Well, and see, me with my little Aerobiz supersonic brain, I didn't even realize that there was an up and down arrow, because I do not believe that there is one in the more advanced later version.
I don't think there is one either. Losing money here on Rome to Beijing, because of course I am. I love you, money.
The American dream.
back at the number porn.
Meanwhile, back at number porn.
Alright, folks, stranded in London after 3 months. I'm here to help. Shit, hold on. I gotta sell my stocks.
After that dramatic arrival on the scene.
There was no arrival.
I'm here to save you. Oh, wait, I gotta go to the bank.
After these messages. Oh no, I'm gonna lose money here. This stock was purchased at 40 per share. No! Arg! I should have invested in another charter company. Anguish. Despair.
I guess this is the one comfort of there not being a stock market system in Supersonic. I'll never know the heartbreak of losing small amounts of money to investing in the wrong charter company.
It wasn't small! I'm not gonna create a surcharge there. We'll just see what happens. New York, such a prominent city.
It's a hell of a town.
I have no money to create my other route. I'm poor. I can't fly the deli like all the cool kids. I'm short 13 million.
Find a good airline to invest it in, and maybe you'll have it just on bank interest.
I don't think I will, but
I don't think it will either, but anything's possible with the magic of Disney.
I don't think Disney's involved in this transaction.
Disney's involved with every transaction.
That's scathing socioeconomic commentary, Bobo.
That's right. They've gone back and bought up the intellectual properties to British Lenin, Snidely Whiplash, Japanese Bane, and all of the other Aerobiz faves. You're going to see them as costumed characters at Disney World next time you're there. They're planning on spinning off their own series of movies based on resetting the Aerobiz universe.
How am I still making more money than everyone else? Ah, neat.
It's everyone. It's all those now British refugees that are trying to get out of the country.
Oh, that's what it is. I'm not used to dominating like this in professional difficulty. Maybe it can't have been the extra turn advantage. I mean, all the AIs just have shit tons of money laying around.
Well, yeah, I mean, the weird part is that they should all be doing well. They don't have any excuses to not be, I don't know, striking out and making big profitable routes. You know, just by virtue of having such good starting positions. You would think. Like, it's not like you, kneecapped them and, put them in, Nairobi, Sydney, and, I don't know, Lima or someplace.
My value's continuing to go up from home to New York. Okay. I'll just keep the numbers unmolested. Oh, God, my New York to Paris route is swimming in shekels. 40% up.
Be careful. Eventually, everybody that needed to leave London will be out.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. Okay, so I'm charging significantly less on this route than Air Brit is. They were flying the same number of flights, both using the same planes. And I'm okay with, I don't feel the need to meddle with this flight too much, in part because, I'm making money on other routes, whereas poor Air Brit here is looking at the New York to London routes like, oh, but my money. Why you take money? Japan Air is, content.
Yeah. So, come to think of it, you've got a competitor in New York. You've got a competitor in London.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, are you the only airline flying between New York and London?
No, Air Brit is. There's
Oh, Air
competition
Brit,
on
okay.
that route. Yeah.
I hadn't seen we were just looking at that. I realized that now. I just had not seen the fun little graphic of the two planes chasing each other
it
as
happened.
two airlines vie for competition over a route yet.
It happened. And you can see the strobing golden color there.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
Pia. Did I send my negotiators to do anything last turn? I don't think I did. I think I gave them the quarter off.
They're doing so well, you know. Also, you don't have a whole lot of money to be opening new routes anyway.
You know, I like you are very, very wise. So wise, Bobo.
Jeez, it's like I've been listening to you try to tell me to quit getting like 5 steps ahead of myself with my agents when I have like literally no cash to do anything. I'm like, but it's going to take them a year to get there. It's going to take you 3 years to afford another route.
I may have said things like that before, yes. Now, unsurprisingly, all the slots in New York City have been used up, what with there being a headquarters here. They're working on expanding it. They're working on it. Air USA has, of course... I was about to say prima nocte, like, first, like...
They're doing some kind of arcane magics?
No. Although maybe they are, I don't know. I don't have to justify myself to you, so I won't. Oh, shit. For some magical reason, I keep hoping that Hong Kong just moves closer to me. Like, I keep looking at it like, that's close enough, right? No, it's still not close enough. Oh, shit.
Foundry Mill seems to be disappointed with the representation of New York City on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, well.
Apparently not really being that concerned with the fact that Paris looks to be more like in, I don't know, East Germany than in France.
I'll probably end up using Paris as a hub after all, if only because I don't want to have to compete with slots in London too, and Rome is just a weaker city.
How does Moscow work as a hub for you?
Well, first I'd have to create a route there.
Well, I mean, sure, but you're gonna have to create a route there eventually anyways.
Yeah, but who wants to go to Moscow other than Air USA?
Well, apparently Air USA is doing very well that way.
You can't trust them.
Those dirty Americans.
Look at the filth caking their bodies.
Right. If there's one thing that the Italians can say, it's that they are far, far better cleansed.
We'll call it the final cleansing.
Oh dear.
Isn't that right, Devil Chin?
Right. Chins is gonna go to Moscow, load up on the borscht.
Chins. We'll call you Chins. I like it. Sounds suitably insensitive. I mean, he's fucking working for Air Brit too, so fuck him, right?
He wants the spaghettis and he wants the meat pies.
Alright, 9 months. That'll be fine. Okay. And then in a bunch of turns, we'll let the slots hit the floor.
Remember I had a first date with a woman one time who took me to karaoke.
Okay.
Who took me to karaoke, and it was a karaoke that I guess she ran sometimes, but this day she was just there as a guest.
Alright.
And that was the song she decided to do.
I mean, why not?
I mean, why not? That was not the reason there wasn't a second date, but it certainly was an interesting choice.
Are you gonna song shame her?
No, that was perfectly fine. Honestly, I was like, you know what? I admire your, I don't know, not spunk.
That sounds
'Cause it's
so
not a-
patronizing.
It's not a spunky song.
I admire your courage to get on the stage and karaoke let the bodies hit the floor. It speaks well of your pedigree, miss. Surfall posting spooky.
That's what's going on there. Okay.
I guess. I mean, he did post a Chin's guy interested in spaghetti. Oh. Alright. I've hauled more passengers than everyone else. That makes me superior to everyone else. Let's start a new save chain on slot level 4. Because I can do that.
Now, Lethal, I did not say I admire your angst, but that certainly would have been a better thing to have said.
Bye, Yamazama Xanadu.
Oh, that's what that was.
I don't know. I just fucking
That
made it up.
that makes more sense than Yamix and a duck. Yeah, I was having a hard time trying to figure that one out earlier. Sound it out.
Use your words.
The problem is that one isn't one of my words.
Oh, that's not in your lexicon. Well, you need to, I don't know, broaden your horizons or something. That's right. I'm divine wordsmith, master pronunciator.
I need some new horizons. Actually, I'm out of videos for that.
Well, I'm not the person you go to for that.
No. Although the person was in chat earlier, they're posting chins.
Was in chat? Are you implying that he's not in chat right now? It's very rude.
I don't have a list of who's still here.
I do.
I mean, I could get one.
My dashboard auto-informs me. Yeah. That's the professionalism that everyone's come to know and respect here, and let's get on with it live. My numbers went down, roam to New York. Why?
People are done leaving the Olympics.
But why? Keep leaving the Olympics.
I know some of you are still milling around.
You can't trick me, harlots.
I know it's been half a year, but some of you are just sort of looking around, just like, that guy looks like he might be running.
Oh my god, people are continuing to pay out the nose for this. 45% fares. I might need some more planes on this route, but slots in New York are so hard to get.
And at this point, you don't have any bigger plane options either, do you?
No, not really.
Yeah. I don't think until 747 starts showing up do you get anything much bigger than a DC-8.
No, let me take a look at things. Also, Airbrit and I are pretty much neck and neck on the passengers we're hauling, as you can see. Hell, I'm making 6 flights a week and he's only making 5. And he's charging more. How dare
And
he?
he's carrying the same amount of guys.
Rude!
And
The rudest.
that's the efficiency that nets him that extra 5 mil.
Incredible. What numbers?
Hey, 5 million shouldn't be an amount of money to snort at.
Snort.
There we go.
I'm Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown. I do cocaine. Na. Okay.
I believe you.
Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to have all of the money in the world to buy all of the planes in my world. So I can't completely beautifully transition all of the routes that I want to do. But, damn it, it'll look pretty. Maybe.
I realize they're not as good in this game. But, just for my own funsies, would you mind looking at a DC-9 to see what it'll do?
Sure. DC-9 is, I can tell you a bit about it before I even get to the screen. It costs $30 million as opposed to, like, the $64 million or whatever the DC-8. It has about half the carrying capacity, and its range is significantly reduced from 5060 to lower 4K.
Yeah.
I'll show you specifically. 62 million compared to 30 million. I don't even have the money to look.
You can't even look at it.
No window
away
shopping.
from the DC-9.
All right, so I'll show you next turn, I guess.
That's fine.
Oh, well.
So rude.
Well,
All
Shaman
of your
asks
years
you
of business with the noble family of McDonnell Douglas
I know.
doesn't even get you like the courtesy of being able to window shop.
I ain't saying she's a K digger. So Shaman has a very pertinent question. Oh, by the way, I'm crushing Airbrit.
All right. Well, forget that. Forget that efficiency and extra 5 mil that I was talking about.
Ooh,
Ooh, you are not the most profitable airline in the world.
not anymore.
Oh dear. Yes, Shaman is asking you about creepy clowns showing up across the U.S. And I am familiar with that being a thing that's going on. However, the news outlet that I work at a number of years ago switched from being a newspaper where we covered everything to do with the nation, the world, arts, culture, sports, one of those sort of broad-based things that you would go to look up just about anything, to being pretty much just about national politics. So it's pretty much all just been election shit. And the clowns, I'm sure there is a political angle that someone could get into with these clowns, but for the most part, nobody's been really reaching out for the clown vote. Which seems like a tactical error, because apparently the clowns are growing in numbers. Oh, we just took a JATO flight to Moscow, so...
Nobody's been reaching out for the clown vote, which seems like a tactical error. Alright, so the DC-9 born.
Oh, there it is. Look at that fuel rank. I think is it's the same as the DC-8, which is a difference in.
So yeah, it's half the cost, half the seats, and a bit lower range. I mean, if you wanted to like pinch your pennies and do some min-maxing, then sure.
I'm guessing it's here just in case you started at either started at a point where you weren't going to get a lot of money, or you ended up in the hole in terms of cash. You're like, shit, I just need planes to get out of. And I guess it works for that, but otherwise there's not really any advantage to it, is there?
I mean, certainly I do have routes that could fit that. Like, say, my routes between London and Paris both fit within that range. My route between Beijing and Moscow fits within that range, and it might be superior to have the smaller DC-9s on that route, because who really wants to go from Beijing to Moscow? Similarly, from Rome to Delhi.
People doing the Commie Reds World Tour.
The Commie Reds World Tour.
There is no Havana in this game, so... Clowns really just want a killer clown president. Clearly they want better representation. Well, there you go.
Okay. I'm not going to have enough money to set up my route to Tokyo next turn. I'll have to wait a few turns, I think.
Oh, Hanoi, the clowns... I mean, the election, if you're fervent enough about wanting to pay any attention to it, has been a thing for well over a year and a half at this point. People have been out officially announcing their candidacies as far back as not this past, like, January or February, but the January or February the year before.
This election cycle has seriously been going on for, like, close to a year and a half.
It seems like most of my life.
It's been so long.
But yes, that's true. Weren't the first sort of stories or reports about the clowns down in the Carolinas? Were they Were they a local news phenomenon for you, or am I thinking of...
No, not here. Not to my recollection. I mean, you might be confusing me with Florida.
I mean...
But you could really attribute anything to Florida.
I could be confusing you with Florida.
Yes. I stand by my statement.
You are a somewhat swampy state.
Don't you talk about my state like that.
You like to spread yourself all over the world. It's your fetish.
It's my future.
Your fetish is the future.
I mean, I fetishize the future, don't you?
We were talking at the office earlier today about like which science fiction reality you would want to exist in, and somebody was saying like, I don't want to be in the Hunger Games. That seems kind of depressing. How about Dune or something like that? I was like, what? I mean, there are so many like actual like utopian science fiction universes that have been fleshed out.
Stick me in
like,
Brave New World, just like surround me with like government mandated sex and the Soma drug, and I'm good. That's not a dystopia.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, there's.
Uh-oh.
And any of those. Oh, there's Bolton sounds. Oh shit. All the countries independent, throw your fists up at me.
Thank you, white man. You were saying, Bobo.
Yep. Oh, just all the countries independent.
Oh, I forgot to fucking min-max my round. Shit. I forgot. I was distracted by our talk.
My proximity is having an effect on your gameplay. Not in that I'm distracting you, but in that in hearing my voice, you are beginning to play more like me.
But my profits went up all the same. Genius. I bought two DC-9s.
You decided on, just for fun, trying out some DC-9s, just for variety.
Not trying them out, I just wanted to pull them off of a route and use the DC-8s from Moscow to Tokyo. So, let's go through the routes right now. How we looking here, Rome to New York? Don't know whether I should adjust the fare down or not. I guess I'll experiment. Okay, we'll see where that goes, because there is a convenient up or down. Wow. Fucking New York to Paris. Still just fucking swimming in cash. I won't go to full 50%. I'm not a greedy fucking piggy.
Are you just superstitious that by trying to squeeze the absolute maximum possible, people will finally decide, no!
They will cash me down. Like,
like, as long as we know that it's still possible for you to charge us more money, we won't think you're being unreasonable. But at the moment we find out that you're charging us the absolute maximum that you possibly could, we'll decide no more.
Air Brit has decided to move DC-9s on this route, which would explain why I'm now hauling more passengers than they are.
I wonder what exact move it is that they're planning on doing with the DC-8s that they freed up from that then.
I'm not exactly sure why this was the genius idea, but, we